arcade racers, a genre that sets itself apart from simulation racing where it doesn't take itself seriously and simply just wants you to have a good time. And that's something to really appreciate because not everyone's into realistic racing, drifting, force feedback, manual transmission. Some people just simply want to be able to pick up a game and play, understand the game with ease. And that's something that arcade racers really do offer. They offer pick up and play and understand the game right off the bat. And personally me, when I think of a simple but yet fun arcade racer series, this is definitely one of the first games that comes to my mind. It's San Francisco Rush 2049 for Sega Dreamcast. Released in the year 2000 for the Sega Dreamcast, Nintendo 64, and Game Boy Color, San Francisco Rush 2049 hit the shelves. So on the very surface, this game is just a standard arcade racer. It gives me the exact same vibe as games like Daytona USA and Sega Rally Championships. But that is just on the very surface. When you actually get into the game, there is so many things this game offers. I was like, oh my god, this has no reason to offer this many things, but it does. And it's amazing. It gives you so much replayability and gameplay hours with this game. Like, it's amazing how much this game offers being just a standard arcade racer. Like, granted, there are things that make it, a little more than just a standard arcade racer, I know, but like on the very surface, you look at this game and think, it's just a standard arcade racer, like there isn't anything too special about it. But my god, there are so many things in this game. The amount of modes in itself offers is amazing. And that goes for single player and multiplayer. Like, both of these options offer so many different modes. I'm like, oh, this is super cool. They took an arcade racer and like threw in a Mario Party, basically. Like, they have so many different options. Like, yes, it's not uncommon, especially nowadays, to see so many different options with racing. But the fact that this was first an arcade port, and then they brought it over to a console and added all these cool features, I'm like, this is super cool. And on top of all of that, there are so many unlockables in the game with cars and tracks, I'm like, it just keeps going. It doesn't end. So yes, as you can see, I'm quite impressed by San Francisco Rush 2049. However, there are a couple things in the game that annoy me just enough to where I feel like sharing. One of the things that kind of annoys me in the game is, well, this is an arcade racer, which means that the controls just aren't the greatest. However, the Dreamcast version does have the upper hand here because the Dreamcast controllers have analog triggers, which means that how much gas or brake you put on the car is determined by how hard you press the triggers. So you do get more control in the game. However, it's not by much. It's still not a greatly controlled game, but like, that's just arcade racers. That's the way they're designed, so I can't knock off too many points for that, but it's something I felt like sharing. Another point I want to make about this game is, I don't know if it's just me, but this game is fast, which is completely fine. However, the trouble I've been finding is, this game is fast, but yet doesn't give you any time to react. There are so many times where you're flying down the road and there's a turn coming up, and you just don't see it. Yes, there are arrows that point you to the way you're supposed to go, but by the time you see those arrows, you already passed those. You ran straight into that wall. I'm trying to hit the brakes and there's nothing I can do in the moment. I'm just going way too fast, and you just don't see these things. You have to know ahead of time, or just know these courses well to know that, oh, this turn's coming up. Like, it gives you no time to react. And what sucks is, you hit these walls, man, ain't no way you catching up to those guys. You are in 6th for like the rest of the race. There's no way you're catching up. So that's one of the things that I've been having trouble with. I don't know if it's a known like issue or if it's just me, but like, I just feel like you're going too fast and they give you no time to react. Other than that though, like, there's nothing I can really complain about on the game though. Like, this is a really solid arcade racer. So if you've been looking for an arcade racer that has great content, a ton of replayability, and awesome single multiplayer modes, then this is definitely the game for you. It's San Francisco Rush 2049 for Sega Dreamcast.